In this video, I want to show you how to make really cool AI images and AI creatives just like this, or even something like this, so you can get more results with your paid advertising and create more things faster, which in a lot of cases fuels a lot better results. And it's all by using two very simple tools. So I'm going to take you through basically a crash course today and show you how I make them, how I like to write the prompts, how I like to then organize them and then create them. And then from there, maybe I'll do some more videos on it. Maybe I'll show a little bit more deeper, but this is just going to be an initial crash course. So there are two tools that I use here. One is Midjourney, and then I will use ChatGPT to help out with some of the prompts. And you can see the kind of images that Midjourney creates. Some of them are amazing. Some of them are really realistic. Some of them are just great. Like all these images look awesome. All great potential for advertising. Really, really good stuff. So I'll show you a few more. All these made with Midjourney. Some of them super realistic. Lots of really cool stuff you can do with like mood boards. Lots of cool different creatives, ideas, different things like that that you can make within Midjourney. So really cool stuff. So how do we actually go about doing this? Well, the first thing that I really like to do is use ChatGPT to create prompts. Because the toughest piece with AI and making images in AI specifically is being very specific, and it's all within the prompt. If you're vague in your prompt, you're going to have a vague and a muddy picture. If you're very specific and in your prompt, you're going to get a very specific, well-defined picture. So it all starts within the prompt itself. So what I like to do is, first thing is giving ChatGPT a prompt and a formula to write a prompt for me, so I don't have to do as much of the work. So for example, I'll say something just like this. So we'll say this is a Midjourney prompt formula. And then we'll kind of go with something like this. Subject in style or technique set in a certain environment with a specific mood, and include specific details, a specific camera, aperture, lighting conditions, composition guidelines, and that's it. Now, this is super important. There's lots of different ways that you can create this yourself, but I think it's very important to make sure you give ChatGPT, or more importantly, Midjourney at the end of the day, these kind of settings here. The mood and the atmosphere, the details and modifiers, and as well as the specific camera more than anything else. I find just changing the camera or saying shot with an iPhone X or shot with an iPhone 15, you get very different results. So this is the first step, is just simply getting ChatGPT to understand what a Midjourney prompt is. So I'll send that through. It'll reply and say yes. Awesome. Then we can kind of get to work. So we'll say something like this. We'll say, awesome. Please create an ad using the Midjourney prompt for Ferrari. And then I always like to say, be very specific and do not use filler words. And then from there, we can hit go. It'll go ahead and make that prompt based off of the guideline that we gave it. And then we can go into Midjourney, do /imagine, paste in the prompt, and then Midjourney will go ahead and make the thing. Like I said, this is super important to make sure that you give it a prompt that's very specific and that's getting you the end result that you want, or else it's going to be very, very vague. So we'll see what it comes up with here, and then there's different things we can go from there. But while we're waiting for that one, let's do the same thing for a men's clothing brand. And then we'll say show people wearing the product and feeling confident in it. Okay. Let's go ahead and copy this one, and I'm going to paste this one in, and we can see what it came up with the Ferrari ones. Okay, so these look awesome. Like these are super cool. I think like this first one, maybe even the second one, I think look great. So now what's great about this is we can take these two images, right? And we can go ahead and plug them in Canva and then actually make an ad out of them. So a very simple thing that you could do is then take this image, paste it into a TV screen, a phone, a billboard, something like that, and the image is what's going to grab the most attention. It's not the fact that it's maybe in a billboard or something like that, it's the image itself. And when it comes to advertising, the more images you can make, the more creative you're testing, the better. And AI is a great tool to be able to do that. So let's check out this one. Okay, so this doesn't look bad at all. It definitely looks like an ad. You could totally pull these guys down, put a big banner above their heads. Easy as that, right? So there's tons of really cool stuff you can do. Let's just do one more. I find that like, I think if we're a little bit more specific. So I'll say men's workout and bodybuilding clothing brand. And using it. More specific we can be, the better. Once again, describing the target market of the person you want to target or go after, or that you want to resonate with in the ads is super important. So Midjourney is a really great tool. You can use it in tons of different ways. You can see in all the different creatives, like we've made some of famous people as well, like Mark Zuckerberg here. And you can go ahead and evolve them a lot more, right? We put the strong headline, put another image here. It looks like a viral post. Tons of cool stuff you can do to really elevate the very strong image that Midjourney will give you to begin with, which is awesome. So we'll wait for this one, see kind of what it does. And then from here, so let's say I really like this one, or maybe this one, right? That literally looks like Under Armour. That's funny. You can go ahead and upscale these certain ones, so it gives you the full res image, and then you can vary it very strong if you'd like to, which is super interesting as well. Now, one thing that I do want to mention that is very important, and this reminded me of it because that looks like an Under Armour logo, is making sure that these images don't already exist out there. Because then if we start to post it and you get a bad rap for it, it can be a problem. So what I like to do is actually upload. So what I like to do is actually go on this app called duplichecker.com and you do a reverse image search. And what that does is it'll take the images made in Midjourney, pop them up in different places, and make sure that it's not, because Midjourney is just pulling from the internet, make sure it's not stealing it from somewhere else when it's like a very specific brand or person or entity, etc. So like I said, this is just a really brief crash course, but what this helps with is in your ads manager then, you can test so much creative, and AI can help you do that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't just need to take the AI image and be done with it. You can edit it a little bit more as well. So go out there, make some of this stuff, test more creative, because that's where more of your results are going to come from paid ads.